Hey guys, it is Battlefield Boys, and we're doing something.
What the hell are Boys?
Battlefield Boys. We're doing something different today. Well, we're going to bring you some Battlefield Bad Company 2 gameplay.
Yeah, it's just a bit rare, I guess.
But we've done this like recently. We did this last Friday.
Yeah, for Co-op Frenzy Friday,
which is pretty fun, if you ask us, right? Because
yeah.
We decided to make a return to the likes of Bad Company 2 with Joppy, Stealth Cookie. What was the Stealth Cookie?
Yeah, just to bring up some good memories, good times.
And as always, the first thing that you do is you sit behind this hill and you grenade launcher. A, I think it is B. That's
constantly while I arm the objective.
Yeah.
Thanks for the support, Liz.
And we end up destroying it. You still get the points for destroying it, right?
I'm just spraying and praying. But
so sorry about the lack of videos recently. I've been sick. The Torin's been on holidays, and
we've just got back to school.
Which means we got this stupid English speech. It just sucks.
Yeah, but
and I'm a bit sick. I'm a bit better than I was, but I'm sorry about that. But this video has to be done. I mean, we haven't done many recently, and some contentious issues have come up recently.
Oh yeah.
And first of all, we bring with us some very sad news. Most of you shouldn't have been living under a rock. You probably already know this, but Battlefield 4 has been confirmed as the next game in the series, in the Battlefield series.
Pretty much, because like with Medal of Honor Warfighters, if you pre-order the limited edition, I believe, you get access to the Battlefield 4 beta, which has pretty much confirmed it.
Before we go any further, but understand that the beta is coming out in 2013 4. At the earliest, right? So it's not for quite some time, and it still fits in with their regular schedule. It's not like they're turning it into a COD lineup that everyone else reckons it is.
No.
Like, because 90% of the comments I've seen on the internet are, "Oh my god, you're turning it into COD,"
which is completely untrue. Because I mean, basically, it just confirmed it. They haven't really brought out any details or brought the time schedule forward.
Battlefield 3 still has its DLC lined up, right, this year, so don't get too fret. The DLC is still lined up till early next year, so they're still maintaining it. I mean, it's paid DLC, which kind of sucks still, but...
Yeah, unlike the good old Bad Company 2 with its free VIP maps, that was always good.
Yeah, that was legendary. And this, honestly guys, the game is not coming out next year. Seriously, it's corporate suicide if they do that. It's the Battlefield 3 won't have money. Battlefield 4 won't get getting much money because a lot of fans will hate it. And yeah, seriously, that's just absolute corporate suicide by EA. They'd just be turning it into COD, and COD's already better at being COD.
Yeah, if you don't need a second title in the lineup.
And also, one of the main points I need to stress is that buying Medal of Honor will not be the only way into the beta. It's going to be early. I reckon there's going to be the 2-day early access, like it was for Battlefield 3.
Yeah.
That seems to be the best way, but obviously they should have a public beta.
Although that doesn't necessarily mean that there will be a public beta, though.
But there still needs to be one, because they still need to do their server tests, right?
Yeah, of course. But I'm curious as whether they'll have an alpha again, because I was lucky enough to get access to the Battlefield 3 alpha, even though I couldn't run it on my shitty computer. But that's not the point.
You still got it.
Yeah.
But guys, personally, I reckon this is was a bad move for DICE. EA probably pressured him into it. I don't know the motives behind it, but I reckon it's a bad move for DICE.
But then again, they probably wanted to try and sell Warfighter, which doesn't look like that bad of a game. Knife!
And the knifing system in Bad Company 2 was so much better. It was like, okay, Skype wants me to use my headset as a microphone.
No, thank you.
Okay, so really, the knifing system in this game, I quite like it a lot. You don't have to be behind them, and it's more fun. It takes less timing.
Although I don't reckon it's as satisfying.
No, not as satisfying, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
So back to what we said earlier, bad move for DICE. Seriously, the proximity for most people forking out 4,000 Microsoft points for Battlefield Premium.
Yeah.
It's just, honestly, they're making a lot of fans very unhappy.
Although, considering it's basically just a DLC pass, so in the long run, it is cheaper. So, in that sense, it is good.
But a lot of people are still pretty raw about forking out 4,000 Microsoft points for maps that aren't even out yet. So, I mean, I think really, maybe if you think about it, maybe they wanted the money to fund...
Yeah, because, I mean, then they can fund development. That's the way I see it.
Yeah. really, it's upsetting gamers, I reckon, that, well, what I've seen as well, it's upsetting gamers that the Battlefield 3 is sort of having a lack of support, really, when they're focusing on Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
But they're not focusing on Battlefield 4. The DLC is still going to come out.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have separate studios, so you can't consider it that they're going to be focusing more than the other. Because
I mean, Bad Company 2 still gets support. I mean, their server-side errors get fixed in almost the same time frame as when the game came out.
Oh.
And it's just still such a fun game. I mean, it's a completely different playstyle to Battlefield 3. It's just so entertaining. Now that John guy, is a douchebag. He runs around with his Neostead thinking he's so MLG pro, but really he just sucks. We don't even understand how he was getting kills. It's like borderline hacks the amount of kills he was getting, especially before and after this game. So really, the motive I see behind it is they wanted to raise profits for Medal of Honor. Because, I mean, I don't think they're getting enough money to justify how much money they're pushing into it.
Yeah. It doesn't look like half a bad game though,
No,
but it
not.
wouldn't get the same support as a Battlefield title, obviously.
But I mean, it's still, they want money from it. They want to get value.
Yeah, so it makes sense in that sense.
I mean, it's time they broke, because I mean, COD. Recently, you got Black Ops 2 coming out. It's stupid. They're still going with their yearly release schedule, which is
it does look
shit.
like they've slightly mixed up the game though.
Oh, it's still stupid.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, with the speculation of kill streaks and stuff in Halo 4, which looks like it's almost turning into a futuristic COD. Halo's going down, COD's going down. I'm a die-hard Halo fan. Like, I'm not bashing Halo because Halo's such a fun game. I just don't like where they.
Yeah, it looks like all the series are just going downhill because they're all trying to follow this same generic COD
year in, year out release, kill streaks, mindless sprinting around shooting.
That's not to say that good games still aren't coming out, because I mean, recently, as we saw at E3 and such, there are good games that are coming out, although they are quite different, I guess, because it's like
like Ubisoft's latest game. I don't know what it's called, but that looks so good.
What, the Watch Dogs? Oh no,
the one they released at the end of their conference, the really good one. I don't know what it's called. We'll talk about it in our next video. I'm sure we'll get some more information for you.
Yep.
But it's definitely a very good game. Next on our list is why announcing Battlefield 4 was a good move for DICE.
Yeah, because like we said, of course, they're going to get more funding for Medal of Honor, which of course DICE made the multiplayer for. I totally failed here. Because I was trying out the shotgun, because some guy was getting ridiculous shots on me with that shotgun from ridiculous distances.
I was talking about that John guy is getting almost borderline hacks. But still, why is a good move for DICE? I mean, most people say that it's time for Bad Company 2 development, but really, it went Bad Company 1, and then the next A-grade title was Bad Company 2.
That gained massive support.
So that was like 2 Bad Company titles. And then, so if they're following their development procedure, which they seem to be doing, it's time for Battlefield 4, because they did 2 Bad Company A grades, and now they're going to do 2 number A grade titles.
Although we really wish they would bring back the Bad Company series, because
we were so looking forward to it. Like, I mean, you don't know how much fun we had playing Bad Company 2. I mean, Battlefield 3 wasn't as much entertaining as Bad Company 2.
Because they're really different games and playstyles at the heart, at the very middle of it.
The essence of the game.
Yeah, the playstyle is considerably different. Because, I mean, I'd consider Bad Company 2, it just had its own unique feel about it, which I really want to experience again with an actually large community. Because I mean, you can still go back to Bad Company 2 these days, as you can see, and there's still a rather large community there, but you're never going to really get full matches much these days.
Yes, especially on 360. I mean, there's still quite a big PC, but 360 was almost the best console to play it on, because I mean, I didn't like PS3 so much, and PC had its share of glitches, but I mean, Xbox was so fun with this game.
Yeah.
I mean, the relative success of Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, would disappoint gamers if they brought out Bad Company 3. I mean, like, if they brought out Bad Company 3, then you'd be seeing a whole different playstyle. I mean, all the new people who bought into Battlefield 3...
Yeah, they'd be expecting the same kind of experience, and then they'll probably just get disappointed and annoyed, because it's not the same game.
Battlefield 4.
No.
So, they'd just be going backwards. I mean, it prevents an unlikely, although rather unlikely, staleness of Battlefield 3. I mean, it's not really stale because they're still releasing DLC for it, but I mean, it's gonna get there eventually.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the one thing keeping me
stuff
alive. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But seriously, the staleness of Battlefield 3 to me, it gets old quickly. Like, I mean, this game did not get old for me. Like, I mean,
yeah, but I think one thing we're always forgetting is we really didn't put that many hours into Bad Company 2. It's not as much as we put into Battlefield 3.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, Bad Company 2, I mean, you sat there for a lot longer.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just more entertaining.
Yeah, like it just felt a lot more fun. It was a lot less, I guess, about winning. You didn't have this constant being killed. I guess that was one thing that was different. Because in Battlefield 3, sometimes you'll get to a certain point where the team will just keep on killing you. You just can't work your way past them.
Yeah, I mean, like in Bad Company 2, there was like a lot more freedom, I reckon. Like, you can push the boundary. Even if your team was losing, you can still push your boundaries, get into the objectives. But I mean, in Battlefield 3, if you don't have a good team, you're absolutely screwed.
Yeah, you're often quite
Excuse me. So, next point is the possibility that it's on the next gen consoles. But I mean, because current console sales, they've just peaked out.
Yeah.
Most analysts reckon that they won't be picking up anytime soon.
Yeah.
I mean, most people who want a console
have already bought one, so
I mean, they're 5 years old now.
Yeah, I think they're even older than that. They came out in 2006, so
wow, that's 6 years old, yeah.
Yeah, so they're getting pretty aged these days. So there is, I think, gaining movement of people moving towards the PC. But the one problem with PC, as it always has been, is the chance of hackers. Although that's being dealt with quite well.
I mean, Dice's Punk Buster constantly irks out PC gamers because they constantly have problems with it. Other videos are slightly unsynced in our preview.
Yeah, just slightly.
But I mean, there's going to be at least I reckon personally, there's going to be at least 2 years before the next console release. I mean,
yeah, until full blown.
I mean, because if they announce it next year, I still reckon they're going to be going through the process of hyping it, and it'll take at least another year, right?
Yeah, definitely. So, looking forward to that, I guess.
I mean, we did pretty well that game, and that's only our second game back in Bad Company 2, so we did alright.
Yeah.
And we'll continue this next week. In our next video, we'll talk about more about Bad Company 2 versus Battlefield 3 and our opinions of it.
Yeah.
And hopefully you catch you then. See you later.
Bye.